The Senate will come to order. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Bridges. Buckner. Coleman. Cook. Coram.
Good morning, David.
Danielson. Fenberg. Fields. Gardner. Janal. Gonzalez. Hanson. Heisey. Holbert. Huckes Lewis. Kirkmeyer. Colker. Lee. Liston. Lundin. Moreno. Pedersen. Priola. Rankin. Rodriguez. Scott.
Here.
Simpson. Smallwood. Sonnenberg. Story.
Excused.
Winter. Woodward. Senzinger. President Garcia.
Excused. Story.
Story. Madam President.
Here. The morning roll call is 34 present, 0 absent, and 1 excused. We have a quorum. Senator Liston, will you please lead us in the pledge?
Very good. Members, if you'll stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Approval of the journal, Senator Simpson.
Thank you, Madam President. I move that the reading of the Journal of Thursday, May 20th, 2021 be dispensed with and that the journal be approved as corrected by the Secretary.
You have heard the motion. All those in favor say aye. All those opposed, no. The ayes have it, and that motion is adopted. Senate Services.
May 21st, correctly printed Senate Bill 284, correctly engrossed Senate Bill 242, 252, 263, 270, SJR 20, correctly re-engrossed Senate Bills 87, 259, 261, 262, correctly revised House Bills 1050, 1109, 1121, 1140, 1225, 1239, 1243, 1245, 1248, 1267, 1274, 1277, 1287, 1291, correctly enrolled Senate Bill 35.
Committee reports.
May 20th, Mr. President, Committee on Agriculture and Natural Resources, out in consideration, had a hearing on the following appointments. Recommends appointments be confirmed. Members of the Colorado Tourism Office Board of Directors for a term expiring June 1st, 2022. Alexander John Boyne of Erie, Colorado, serve as an at-large member from tourism-based industries and occasioned by the resignation of Kieran Kane of Lafayette, Colorado, appointed for terms expiring June 1st, 2024. Robert Stinchcomb of Lafayette, Colorado, to serve as a representative of the ski industry, reappointed. Wanda James of Denver, Colorado, serve as representative for the tourism-related retail industry and small business, reappointed. Laura Valdez of Fort Collins, Colorado, serve as representative of private travel attractions and casinos, appointed. May 20th, Committee on Judiciary, after consideration of the merits, committee recommends the following House Bill 1215 be amended as follows. So amended, referred to Committee on Appropriations with favorable recommendation. May 20th, Committee on Judiciary, after consideration of the merits, committee recommends the following Senate Bill 273 be amended as follows, and so amended be referred to Committee on Finance with favorable recommendation. May 20th, Committee on Judiciary, after consideration of the merits, committee recommends the following House Bill 1110 be amended as follows. So amended be referred to Committee on Appropriations with favorable recommendation. May 20th, Committee on Judiciary, after consideration of the merits, committee recommends the following House Bill 1194 be amended as follows. So amended be referred to Committee on Appropriations with favorable recommendation. May 13th, Mr. President, the Committee on Agricultural and Natural Resources had in consideration and had a hearing on the following appointments. Recommends appointments be placed in the consent calendar and confirmed member of the Coal Mine Board of Examiners for a term expiring July 1st, 2024. Nicholas Armando of Steamboat Springs, Colorado, to serve as a coal mine owner, operator, or manager engaged in underground mining and an engineer experienced in coal mining, and occasioned by the resignation of John Carroll Polis, P.E. of Paonia, Colorado, appointed. May 13th, Mr. President, the Committee on Agricultural and Natural Resources has had in consideration has hearing the following appointments. Recommends the appointments be placed on the consent calendar and confirmed member of the Groundwater Commission for a term expiring May 1st, 2023. Jason Ryan Crane of Springfield, Colorado, serves as a resident agriculturalist from the Southern High Plains, occasioned by the resignation of Blake Austin Corley of Springfield, Colorado, appointed for term expiring May 1st, 2024. Timothy Palter of Stratton, Colorado, resident agriculturalist from the Northern High Plains Basin, appointed. James M. Noble of Denver, Colorado, serves as a representative of municipal or industrial users, appointed. Angela Beth Fowler of Glenwood, Colorado, of Glenwood Springs, Colorado, serves as representative of Western Slope municipal or industrial users, reappointed.
Third reading of bills, consent calendar. Mr. Panetta, please read all the titles to all the bills on the consent calendar.
House Bill 1245 by Representative Sullivan and Senators Janot and Heisey concerning the inclusion of on-track equipment and certain safety provisions that regulate railroad crossing. House Bill 1291 by Representative Van Winkle and Exum and Senators Winter and Priola concerning allowing an agent of an insurer to obtain certain branded titles for vehicles that have been declared a total loss. Senate Bill 263 by Senators Zenzinger and Smallwood and Representatives Byrd and Van Winkle concerning the regulation of outdoor advertising. House Bill 1140 by Representative Tatone and Senators Quorum concerning the elimination of costs associated with living organ donations for a living organ donor in connection with making an appropriation. House Bill 1225 by Representatives Byrd and Will, Senators Bridges and Cookmeyer concerning the Electronic Recording Technology Board and in connection with delaying the board's repeal and sunset review so that the board may continue making grants to counties, extending the filing surcharge collected by county clerk and recorders on behalf of the board, expanding the scope of allowable grants and extending reporting requirements. House Bill 1287 by Representatives Gonzalez Gutierrez and Soper and Senators Gonzalez concerning measures related to permitting parties to certain proposed legal relationships under Title 14 Colorado Revised Statutes to satisfy certain requirements without having to appear in person. House Bill 1277 by Representative Valdez D. and Will and Senators List and Pedersen concerning definitions for reimbursement of final disposition expenses of eligible assistance recipients. House Bill 1243 by Representatives Will and Valdez D. and Senators Donovan and Rankin concerning the establishment of funding for the program to reintroduce and manage gray wolves in the state from sources other than hunting and fishing license fees. Senate Bill 270 by Senators Bridges and Heisey and Representative Valdez A. and Larson concerning an increase in the alcoholic beverage production limits for a retail establishment license to produce alcohol beverages on its premises.
Majority Leader Fenberg.
Thank you, Madam President. I move for the passage of all the bills on the third reading of bills consent calendar, which includes House Bill 1245, House Bill 1291, Senate Bill 263, and House Bills 1140, 1225, 1287, 1277, 1243, and Senate Bill 270.
Is there any discussion on any of the bills? Seeing none, the motion is the passage of all the bills on the third reading of bills consent calendar. Are there any no votes? Senator Lundin.
Madam President, I wish to be recorded as a no vote on House Bill 1140 and House Bill 1243.
Senator Lundin will be recorded as a no vote on House Bill 1140 and 1243. Minority Leader.
Thank you, Madam President. Request to be recorded as a no vote on House Bills 1140, 1225, and 1243.
The Minority Leader will be recorded as a no vote on House Bills 1140, 1225, and 1243. Senator Smallwood.
Thank you, Madam President. I wish to be recorded as a no vote on House Bill 1140, House Bill 1225, and House Bill 1243.
Senator Smallwood will be recorded as a no vote on House Bill 1140, 1225, and 1223. 43. Correction, we'll just say it again. Senator Smallwood, 1140, 1225, 1243. Senator Gardner.
Thank you, Madam President. I request to be recorded as a no vote on House Bill 1243.
Senator Gardner will be recorded as a no vote on 1243.
Thank you, Madam President.
I feel like fining you anyways. Senator Woodward.
Thank you, Madam President. I wish to be recorded as a no vote on Senate Bill 263, House Bill 1140, and House Bill 1225.
Senator Woodward will record as a no vote on 263, House Bill 1140, and 1225. Senator Liston.
Thank you, Madam President. I wish to be recorded as a no vote on House Bill 1243.
Senator Liston will be recorded as a no vote on 1243. Any further discussion or no votes on third reading bill's consent calendar? With a vote of, with a vote of 34 ayes, 0 noes, 0 absent, and 1 excused, House Bill 1245 is passed. Co-sponsors on House Bill 1245. With a vote of 34 ayes, 0 noes, 0 absent, and 1 excused, House Bill 1291 is passed. Co-sponsors on House Bill 1291. With a vote of 33 ayes, 1 no, 0 absent, and 1 excused, Senate Bill 263 is passed. Co-sponsors on Senate Bill 263. Senators Moreno, with a vote of 30 ayes, 4 noes, 0 absent, and 1 excused, House Bill 1140 is passed. Co-sponsors on House Bill 1140. Senators Moreno, Hansen, Hawkes Lewis, Bridges, Zenzinger, Buckner, Heisey, Smallwood, Sonnenberg. It's Friday. Story. With a vote of 31 ayes, 3 noes, 0 absent, and 1 excused, House Bill 1225 is passed. Co-sponsors on House Bill 1225. Senators Moreno, with a vote of 34 ayes, 0 noes, 0 absent, and 1 excused, House Bill 1287 is passed. Co-sponsors on House Bill 1287. Senators Bridges, Moreno, Simpson, with a vote of 34 ayes, 0 noes, 0 absent, and 1 excused, House Bill 1277 is passed. Co-sponsors on House Bill 1277. Moreno, with a vote of 29 ayes, 5 noes, 0 absent, and 1 excused, House Bill 1243 is passed. Co-sponsors on House Bill 1243. Senators Cook, Simpson, Hawkes Lewis, Heisey, Sonnenberg, Bridges, Winter, Majority Leader Finberg, Quorum, Scott. Co-sponsors on 1243. Gonzalez, Kirkmeyer, Janal, Briola, co-sponsors. Story. With a vote of 34 ayes, 0 noes, 0 absent, and 1 excused, Senate Bill 270 is passed. Co-sponsors on Senate Bill 270, Senators Hawkes Lewis, Moreno, Minority Leader Holbert, Majority Leader Fenberg, Senators Lundin, Woodward, Rankin, Sonnenberg, Gardner, Simpson, Cook, Winter, Priola. Senator Gardner, I have you. Senator Scott, Lee, Buckner, Smallwood. Third reading of bills. Mr. Pineda, please read the title to House Bill 1121. Senator Gonzalez.
House Bill 1121 by Representative Jackson and Judah and Senators Gonzalez concerning protections for residential tenants related to actions by landlords.
Senator Gonzalez.
Madam President, I move House Bill 1121 on third reading and final passage and ask for an aye vote.
Is there any further discussion? Seeing none, the motion is the passage of House Bill 1121. Are there any no votes? No votes. Senator Scott. Minority Leader Holbert. Senators Lundin, Cook, Gardner, Smallwood, Woodward, Priola, Heisey, Rankin, Kirkmeyer, Liston, Simpson, Sonnenberg. Quorum. With a vote of 19 ayes, 15 noes, 0 absent, and 1 excused, House Bill 1121 is passed. Co-sponsors on House Bill 1121. Senator Moreno, Hawkes Lewis, Majority Leader Fenberg, Winter, Danielson, Pedersen, Buckner, will the clerk please read the title to House Bill 1267?
House Bill 1267 by Representatives Lantinen, Larson, and Senators Heisey and Story concerning a Board of County Commissioners optional delegation of administrative duty to certify mill levies.
Senator Story.
Thank you, Madam President. I move House Bill 1267 on third reading and final passage.
Further discussion? Seeing none, the motion before the body is the passage of House Bill 1267. Are there any no votes? Senators Cook, Sonnenberg, Kirkmeyer, Minority Leader Holbert, Senators Lundin, Gardner, Rankin, Liston, Simpson, Woodward, Quorum. Smallwood, Scott, with a vote of 21 ayes, 13 noes, 0 absent, and 1 excused, House Bill 1267 is passed. Co-sponsors on House Bill 1267. Will the clerk please read the title to Senate Bill 240? Will the clerk please read the title to Senate Bill 242?
Senate Bill 242 by Senators Gonzalez and Pedersen, Representative Gonzalez, Gutierrez, and Woodrow concerning the expansion of allowable uses of the Housing Development Grant Fund and in connection therewith making appropriation.
Senator Gonzalez.
Thank you, Madam President. We move Senate Bill 242 on third reading and final passage and ask for an aye vote.
Further discussion on Senate Bill 242. The motion before the body is the passage of Senate Bill 242. Are there any no votes? Senator Scott, Minority Leader Holbert, Senators Smallwood, Woodward, Cook, Gardner, Liston, Kirkmeyer, Heisey, Rankin, Sonnenberg, Simpson, Lundin. Quorum. With a vote of 20 ayes, 14 noes, 0 absent, and 1 excused, Senate Bill 242 is passed. Co-sponsors: Senators Zenzinger, Winter, Story, Moreno, Bridges, Danielson, Fields, Lee, Majority Leader Finberg, Buckner, Hawkes Lewis.
Finally, you're going to be right.
Please add the president. Will the clerk please read the title to House Bill 1274?
House Bill 1274 by Representative Tatone and Senators Zenzinger and Heisey concerning the beneficial use of unused state-owned real property in connection therewith, directing the Department of Personnel to inventory such property and use such property to promote affordable housing, child care, public schools, residential, mental, and behavioral health care, and renewable energy development.
Senator Heisey.
Thank you, Madam President. I move House Bill 1274 on third and final passage and urge an aye vote.
Is there any further discussion?
Thank you.
Seeing none, the motion before the body is the passage of House Bill 1274. Are there any no votes? With a vote of 34 ayes, 0 noes, 0 absent, and 1 excused, House Bill 1274 is adopted. Co-sponsors on House Bill 1274: Senators Bridges, Janal, Lee, Winter, Simpson, Hawkes Lewis, Sonnenberg, Priola, Kolker, Pedersen, Moreno, Hanson.
All right, there goes my support.
Will the clerk please read the title to House Bill 1050?
House Bill 1050 by Representative Gray and Van Winkle and Senators Bridges and Cook concerning the Workers' Compensation Act of Colorado in connection therewith, making changes that affect the timely payment of benefits, guardian ad litem, and conservator services, benefit offsets related to the receipt of federal disability retirement benefits, reduction of benefits based on apportionment, the selection of independent medical examiners, limits on temporary disability and permanent partial disability payments, the withdrawal of admissions of liability, mileage, expense reimbursement, the authority of pre-hearing administrative law judges, the reopening of permanent total disability awards, and petitions for review and appeals of orders.
Senator Bridges.
Thank you, Madam President. A bill as boring as its title. I move House Bill 1050 on third reading and final passage.
Is there any discussion? The motion before the body is the passage of House Bill 1050. Are there any no votes? Senator Sonnenberg, Lundin. With a vote of 32 ayes, 2 noes, 0 absent, and 1 excused, House Bill 1050 is passed. Co-sponsors: Senator Winter, will the clerk please read the Senator co-sponsors on House Bill 1050? Moreno, Hanson. Will the clerk please read the title to House Bill 1109? Sorry, one more co-sponsor to 1050. And that was Senator Lee. Okay. Let's read the title to House Bill 1109. Mr. Panetta.
House Bill 1109 by Representative Tatone and Soper and Senators Bridges and Quorum concerning the Broadband Deployment Board in connection with moving the board from the Department of Regulatory Agencies to the Office of Information Technology, modifying the composition of the board, requiring the board to develop a request for proposal process for deploying broadband and info into critically unserved areas of the state, requiring the board to give additional consideration to proposed projects that would include discounted service for low-income households and make an appropriation.
Senator Bridges.
Thank you, Madam President. We move House Bill 1109 on third reading and final passage.
Senator Quorum and I.
It's a technically, only I can move it, but for politeness sake, we.
Senator Bridges.
Thank you, Madam President. I alone, on my own, independently, and of my own volition, move House Bill 1109 on third reading and final passage and ask for an aye vote.
Senator Smallwood.
Thank you, Madam President. Just want to assure the constituents that had reached out to me regarding this bill that the bill sponsor did agree to have some conversations with me after session regarding concerns on the makeup of the board itself. And so this is not a bill that I'll be proposing any amendments on, but you can rest assured that we will be having conversations after session. Thank you, Madam President.
Further discussion on House Bill 1109. The motion before the body is the passage of House Bill 1109. Are there any no votes? Senators Lundin, Woodward. Please add the president. Smallwood. With a vote of 30 ayes, 4 noes, 0 absent, and 1 excused, House Bill 1109 is passed. Co-sponsors. Will the clerk please read the title to House Bill 1248?
House Bill 1248 by Representative Mobile and Senator Story and Heisey concerning updating the provisions of the Colorado Children's Trust Fund Act and in connection with making an appropriation.
Senator Story.
Thank you, Madam President. I move House Bill 1248 on third reading and final passage.
Any further discussion? Seeing none, the motion before the body is the adoption of House Bill 1248. Are there any no votes? Senators Lundin, Sonnenberg, Minority Leader Holbert, Senators Woodward. With a vote of 30 ayes, 4 noes, 0 absent, and 1 excused, House Bill 1248 is passed. Co-sponsors on House Bill 1248. Senator Moreno. Winter. Gonzalez. Kolker. Hansen. Pedersen. Janal. Danielson. Will the clerk please add Senator Zenzinger as a co-sponsor 1248, as well as Bridges and Priola. Will the clerk please read the title to Senate Bill 252?
Senate Bill 252 by Senators Svenberg and Holbert and Representative Tatone and Lantine concerning the establishment of a state grant program to promote projects in commercial centers throughout the state that will revitalize community space in connection with making an appropriation.
Leaders.
Thank you, Madam President. We move Senate Bill 252 on third reading and final passage.
Senator Fenberg. Senator Minority Leader Holbert.
Thank you, Madam President. And by we do mean each of us, I and he, move Senate Bill 252 and ask for an aye vote. Thank you, Madam President.
Is there any further discussion? Majority Leader Finberg.
Thank you, Madam President. Actually, by we, I meant we.
Oh.
Move Senate Bill 252. If you're into the brevity thing.
The incorrect motion to the chamber is the passage of Senate Bill 252. Are there any no votes?
Anyone want a committee reassignment?
Lundin. With a vote of 33 we votes, 1 no, 0 absent, and 1 excuse, Senate Bill 252 is passed. Co-sponsors: Senators Bridges, Hansen, Moreno, Story, Liston, Lee, Winter, Danielson, Zenzinger, Janal, Rodriguez. Pedersen. Please add the president. Gonzalez.
Hey, are we really doing that?
Minority Leader Holbert.
Why, thank you, Madam President. Having voted on the prevailing side, we move for the immediate reconsideration of Senate Bill 252. We consideration, yes.
The motion is for the reconsideration of Senate Bill 252. All those in favor say aye. Those opposed, no. The motion is adopted, and reconsideration is granted. Minority Leader Holbert.
Thank you, Madam President. I move Senate Bill 252 on third reading and final passage again, and ask for an aye vote.
Will the clerk please read, Minority Leader, will the clerk please read the title to Senate Bill 252?
Senate Bill 252 by Senators Finberg and Holbert and Representative Titone and Lundin concerning the establishment of a state grant program to promote projects in commercial centers throughout the state that will revitalize community space in connection with making appropriation.
Minority Leader Holbert.
Thank you, Madam President. Once again, I move Senate Bill 252 on third reading and final passage and ask for an aye vote.
Is there any further discussion? Senator Lundin.
Madam President, mea culpa, loosely translated, it is my fault, through my fault. Thank you for the permission to reconsider, and I will be an aye vote.
Further discussion. Minority Leader Holbert.
Thank you, Madam President. And for those of you who represent the great county of El Paso, the good senator from Lundinville included, it was wonderful to hear the enthusiastic support for Senate Bill 252 from people in El Paso County. Ask for an aye vote.
Further discussion. See none, the often made motion is the passage of Senate Bill 252. Are there any no votes? It's remarkable. With a passage of 34 ayes, with a vote of 34 ayes, 0 noes, 0 absent, and 1 excused, Senate Bill 252 is passed. Co-sponsors on Senate Bill 252, Senators Janal, Winter, Lee, Pedersen, Bridges, Lundin, Jaquez Lewis, Cook, Sonnenberg, Story, Liston, Priola. Danielson. Will the clerk please add Senator Gonzalez as a co-sponsor to 252, as well as Senator Moreno. The screen changed.
Should have raised your hand.
Please add the, okay. Will the clerk please read the title to House Bill 1239?
House Bill 1239 by Representative Kippen, Basenecker, and Senators Rodriguez concerning adding protections for consumers who purchase certain items and in connection therewith establishing requirements regarding the execution and enforcement of dating service contracts and automatic renewal contracts.
Senator Rodriguez.
Thank you, Madam President. I move House Bill 1239 on third reading and final passage.
Is there further discussion on House Bill 1239? Seeing none, are there any no votes on House Bill 1239? Minority Leader Holbert. Senators Woodward, Smallwood, Rankin, Sonnenberg, Lundin, Gardner, Cook, Liston, Heisey, Kirkmeyer, Scott, Coram, with a vote of 21 ayes, 13 noes, 0 absent, and 1 excused, House Bill 1239 is passed. Co-sponsors, Senators Gonzalez, Moreno, Pedersen, committee reports.
May 21st, Committee on Appropriations, after consideration of the merits, committee recommends the following House Bill 1024 be amended as also amended before the committee hold favorable recommendation. May 21st, Committee on Appropriations, after consideration of the merits, committee recommends the following House Bill 1027 before the committee hold favorable recommendation. May 21st, Committee on Appropriations, after consideration of the merits, committee recommends the following House Bill 1064 be referred to the committee hold favorable recommendation. May 21st, Committee on Appropriations, after consideration of the merits, committee recommends the following House Bill 1141 before the committee hold favorable recommendation. May 21st, Committee on Appropriations, after consideration of the merits, committee recommends the following House Bill 1181 before the committee hold favorable recommendation. May 21st, Committee on Appropriations, after consideration of the merits, committee recommends the following House Bill 1201 before the committee hold favorable recommendation. May 21st, Committee on Appropriations, after consideration of the merits, committee recommends the following House Bill 1206 before the committee hold a favorable recommendation with the recommendation placed in the consent calendar. May 21st, Committee on Appropriations, after consideration of the merits, committee recommends the following House Bill 1242 be amended as follows, so amended before the committee hold a favorable recommendation. May 21st, Committee on Appropriations, after consideration of the merits, committee recommends the following Senate Bill 234 before the committee hold a favorable recommendation placed in the consent calendar. May 21st, Committee on Appropriations, after consideration of the merits, committee recommends the following Senate Bill 235 before the committee hold a favorable recommendation. May 21st, Committee on Appropriations, after consideration of the merits, committee recommends the following Senate Bill 245 before the follows, so amended before the committee hold a favorable recommendation placed in the consent calendar. May 21st, Committee on Appropriations, after consideration of the merits, committee recommends the following Senate Bill 251 be amended as follows, so amended before the committee hold a favorable recommendation. May 21st, Committee on Appropriations, after consideration of the merits, committee recommends the following Senate Bill 255 be amended as follows, so amended before the committee hold a favorable recommendation. May 21st, Committee on Appropriations, after consideration of the merits, committee recommends the following Senate Bill 257 before the committee hold a favorable recommendation. May 21st, Committee on Appropriations, after consideration of the merits, committee recommends the following House Bill 1232 before the committee hold a favorable recommendation.
Majority Leader Fenberg.
Thank you, Madam President. Members, guys, we're still doing work over here. I move whatever the public option bill number is on second reading. Madam President, we are going to take a senatorial 5.
Get ready for the public option.
To discuss a special orders calendar. We will do that and come back momentarily. Madam President, I request a senatorial 5.
There's a public option?
We'll stand in a brief recess. Sonderberg.
Thank you, Madam President. I move a call of the Senate.
Call of the Senate has been sustained.
Sergeants, please drive those lazy asses in here.
Tried. Gotta move faster. Sergeants are violent.
Kind of defeated the purpose.
This is calling the question.
Instead of kind of defeated.
That's okay, they're doing
It's like sergeants, please close the doors. And don't let any senators out.
You want to try it again?
I'll just. Since the call of the Senate was sustained, will the sergeants please close the doors, allow no senators to leave, and return those who are absent from the chamber? And will the clerk please call the roll?
Bridges.
Should we do the chimes? Herrick.
Buckner.
Don't we do the chimes for this?
Coleman. Cook. Coram.
Here.
Danielson. Fenberg. Fields. Gardner. Janal. Gonzalez. Hanson. Heisey. Holbert. Huckins Lewis. Kirkmeyer. Colker. Lee. Liston. Lundeen. Moreno. Pedersen. Priola. Rankin. Rodriguez. Scott.
Here.
Simpson. Smallwood. Sonnenberg. Story. Winter. Woodward. Senzinger. So then I just restart those that were absent that aren't here? Yes.
Yes.
Buckner. Danielson. Fields. Gardner. Lundeen. Pedersen. Sonnenberg.
No, I moved the one bill that we were going to do onto the second.
So just Danielson. Danielson.
You want to raise the call? And then.
Sure.
Majority Leader Fenberg.
Thank you, Madam President. I move the call be raised.
The motion is to raise the call. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed, no. The ayes have it, and the call is raised.
Uploading.
Majority Leader Fenberg.
Thank you, Madam President. I move Senate Bill 234, Senate Bill 245, and House Bill 1206 on special order second reading of bills consent calendar at the hour of 10:37 a.m.
No, 1201, it's got double check them, 1242, 235, 251, 255, 257, 220. I'm good. Good.
The motion is that the Senate take up Senate Bill 234, Senate Bill 245, and House Bill 1206 on special orders consent at the hour of 10:37. This requires a 2/3 majority. All those in favor say aye. Opposed, no. The ayes have it. That motion is adopted. The Senate will take up Senate Bill 234, Senate Bill 245, and House Bill 1206 on special orders consent at the hour of 10:37. Special orders second reading of bills consent calendar. Senator Zenzinger.
Thank you, Madam President. I move that the Senate resolve itself into the Committee of the Whole for consideration of special orders, second reading of bills consent calendar.
You have heard the motion. All those in favor say aye. Those opposed, no. The motion is adopted, and the Senate will resolve itself into the Committee of the Whole for the consideration of special orders, second reading of bills consent calendar, and Senator Zenzinger will take the chair.
The committee will come to order, and the court rule is relaxed. Will the clerk please read the title of all the bills on special orders, second reading of bills consent calendar?
Senate Bill 234 by Senators Hawkins, Lewis, and Sonnenberg, and Representative Cutter and Holtorf concerning creation of the Agriculture and Drought Resiliency Fund and in connection with transferring money from the general fund to the fund and making an appropriation. Senate Bill 245 by Senators Donovan and Rankin, Representative McCluskey and Will concerning backcountry search and rescue services in Colorado. House Bill 1206 by Representative Larson and Valdez A. and Senators Moreno and Quorum concerning the protection of critical services through the creation of sustainable Medicaid transportation safety requirements and in connection with making an appropriation.
Majority Leader Fenberg.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I move for the adoption of all the bills in the special order second reading of bills consent calendar and their associated committee reports, which include Senate Bill 234 and the Agriculture and Natural Resource Committee report, Senate Bill 245 and the Agriculture and Natural Resource Committee report and the Appropriations Committee report, and House Bill 1206 along with the Health and Human Services Committee report.
Is there any discussion on any of the committee reports on the consent calendar? Seeing none, the motion before the body is the adoption of all the committee reports on special order, second reading of bills consent calendar. All of those in favor say aye. Those opposed, no. The ayes have it, and the reports are adopted. Is there any discussion on any of the bills on consent calendar? Seeing none, the motion before the body is the adoption of all the bills on second orders, second reading of bills consent calendar. All those in favor say aye. Those opposed, no. The ayes have it, and the bills are adopted. Majority Leader Fenberg.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I move the committee rise and report.
The motion is to rise and report. All those in favor say aye. Those opposed, no. The ayes have it, and the committee will rise and report.
The Senate will come to order. Senator Zenzinger.
Thank you, Madam President. The committee has met and had a number of bills under consideration. Will the clerk please read the report?
Madam President, your committee of the whole begs leave to report a second consideration of the following task bills being the second reading thereof and makes the following recommendations thereon. Senate Bill 234 is amended, 245 is amended, Senate Bill 234 is amended, Senate Bill 245 is amended, passed on second reading order and gross and placed in the calendar for third reading and final passage. House Bill 1206 as amended, passed on second reading order, revised and placed in the calendar for third reading and final passage.
Senator Zenzinger.
Thank you, Madam President. I move the report.
The motion is the adoption of the Committee of the Whole report. Are there any no votes? With a vote of 34 ayes, 0 noes, 0 absent, and 1 excused, the Committee of the Whole report is adopted. Senate Bill 234 as amended, Senate Bill 245 as amended, passed on second reading in order engrossed and placed on the calendar for third reading and final passage. House Bill 1206 as amended, passed on second reading in order revised and placed on the calendar for third reading and final passage. Majority Leader Fenberg.
Thank you, Madam President. I move House Bill 1024, House Bills 1064, 1141, 1181, 1201, 1242, Senate Bill 235, Senate Bill 251, Senate Bill 255, Senate Bill 257, and House Bill 1028 on special order second reading of bills at the hour of 10:43 a.m.
The motion is that the Senate take up House Bill 1024, 1064, 1141, 1181, 1201, 1242, 235, 251, 255, 257, and 1028 on special orders at the hour of 10:43. This requires a 2/3 majority. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, no. The ayes have it. That motion is adopted, and the Senate will take up House Bill 1024, 1064, 1141, 1181, 1201, 1242, 235, 251, 255, 257, and House Bill 1228 at the hour of 10:43. Special orders, second reading of bills. Senator Zenzinger.
Thank you, Madam President. I move that the Senate resolve itself into the Committee of the Whole for consideration of special orders, second reading of bills.
You have heard the motion. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. The motion is adopted, and the Senate will resolve itself into the Committee of the Whole for the consideration of special orders, second reading of bills, and Senator Zenzinger will take the chair.
The committee will come to order and the court rule is relaxed. Will the clerk please read the title to House Bill 1024?
House Bill 1024 by Representative Snyder and Van Winkle and Senator Winter concerning requirements related to the transfer of off-highway vehicle in connection with making appropriation.
Senator Winter.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I move for the adoption of House Bill 1024 and the Appropriations Committee report.
To the report.
The Appropriations Committee just added the J amendment for the appropriation, and I encourage a yes vote.
Is there any discussion on the report? Seeing none, the motion before the body is the adoption of the Appropriations Committee report. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, no. The ayes have it and the report is adopted. To the bill. Senator Winter.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I move for the adoption of 1024.
Senator Priola.
Thank you, Madam Chair. And just for my rural members to understand, this bill does not affect the ag exemption. Ask for an aye vote.
Is there any further discussion? Seeing none, the motion before the body is the adoption of House Bill 1024. All those in favor say aye. Those opposed, no. The ayes have it and the bill is adopted. Will the clerk please read the title to House Bill 1064?
House Bill 1064 by Representative Benavides and Amabile and Senators Rodriguez concerning the implementation of recommendations from the Legislative Oversight Committee concerning the treatment of persons with mental health disorders in the criminal and juvenile justice systems regarding juveniles who have committed sex offenses in connection with making appropriation.
Senator Rodriguez.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I move House Bill 1064.
Is there any discussion?
Oh,
Seeing,
no, go ahead. Not for me.
Seeing none, the motion before the body is the adoption of House Bill 1064. All those in favor say aye. Those opposed, no. The ayes have it and the bill is adopted. Will the clerk please read the title to House Bill 1141?
House Bill 1141 by Representatives Hooton and A. Valdez and Senators Bridges, concerning the creation of a license plate for plug-in electric motor vehicles and in connection with making an appropriation.
Senator Bridges.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I move House Bill 1141, and there should be an amendment coming to the desk.
There is an amendment on the desk. Will the clerk please read Amendment L006?
006 to House Bill 1141 by Senator Bridges.
Senator Bridges.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I move, L006.
To the amendment.
Thank you. The amendment looks very long, but that is deceptive. It is simply to conform with Senate Bill 260 should Senate Bill 260 pass.
Is there any discussion? Seeing none, the motion before the body is the adoption of Amendment L006. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, no. The ayes have it, and the amendment is adopted. Senator Bridges.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Renew my motion for the passage of 1141.
Seeing no further discussion, the motion before the body is for the adoption of House Bill 1141. All of those in favor say aye. Those opposed, no. The ayes have it, and the bill is adopted. Will the clerk please read the title to House Bill 1181?
House Bill 1181 by Representative McCormick and Will and Senator Simpson and Winter concerning the creation of voluntary soil health program and in connection with making an appropriation.
Yes.
Senator Winter.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I move for the passage of House Bill 1181 and move for the adoption of the Agricultural and Natural Resources Committee report, and we do have an amendment to the committee report.
An amendment to the committee report. So we have to actually adopt the report first. Is there any discussion about the report? Seeing none, the motion before the body is the adoption of the ag report. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, no. The ayes have it, and the report is adopted. There's an amendment on the desk. Will the clerk please read Amendment L013?
Amendment L013 to House Bill 1181.
Senator Winter.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I move Amendment L013.
To the amendment?
We inadvertently put in the wrong board in an amendment, and so instead of the Colorado Conservation Board, we want to instead substitute the State Conservation Board for this program.
Is there any further discussion? Seeing none, the motion before the body is the adoption of Amendment L013. All those in favor say aye. Those opposed, no. The ayes have it, and the amendment is adopted. To the bill, Senator Winter.
Thank you, Madam Chair. This is a great bill to help ensure the soil health across our state, and I encourage a yes vote.
Is there any further discussion? Seeing none, the motion before the body is the adoption of House Bill 1181. All those in favor say aye. Those opposed, no. The ayes have it, and the bill is adopted. Will the clerk please read the title to House Bill 1201?
House Bill 1201 by Representative Gonzalez Gutierrez and Tipper and Senators Gonzalez concerning transparency of penal communication service providers and correctional facilities and in connection with making an appropriation.
Senator Gonzalez.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I move House Bill 1201 and ask for an aye vote.
Is there any further discussion? Seeing none, the motion before the body is the adoption of House Bill 1201. All those in favor say aye. Those opposed, no. The ayes have it, and the bill is adopted. Will the clerk please read the title to House Bill 1242?
House Bill 1242 by Representative McLaughlin and Senator Donovan concerning the creation of an agricultural drought and climate resilience office in the Department of Agriculture.
Senator Donovan.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I move the Agricultural and Natural Resources Committee report.
Is there any discussion on the Agricultural and Natural Resources report? Seeing no discussion, the motion before the body is the adoption of the report. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, no. The ayes have it, and the report is adopted. Senator Donovan.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I move the Appropriations Committee report.
Is there any discussion? Seeing none, the motion before the body is the adoption of the Appropriations report. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, no. The ayes have it, and the report is adopted. Senator Donovan.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I move House Bill 1242 and ask for your aye vote.
Is there any discussion on House Bill 1242? Seeing none, the motion is the adoption of House Bill 1242. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, no. The ayes have it, and the bill is adopted. Will the clerk please read the Title II, Senate Bill 235?
Senate Bill 235 by Senators Hawkins, Lewis, and Representative Burnett and McCormick concerning additional funding for programs of the Department of Agriculture to support increased efficiency in agricultural operations and connection therewith making an appropriation.
Senator Hawkins Lewis.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I move Senate Bill 235 and the Agriculture and Natural Resources Committee report.
To the report.
Yes, so in committee, we had several amendments. One was to clean up the authority around how to distribute the soil health funding, including grants. And then I'm very proud to announce that we, for the first time in the history of Colorado, now have in this bill agrivoltaics, which is the production of solar energy on cropland, and that is now included in this bill.
Is there any further discussion on the report? Seeing none, the motion is the adoption of the Agricultural and Natural Resources report. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, no. The ayes have it, and the report is adopted. To the bill. Senator Hawkins Lewis.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I move Senate Bill 235 as amended.
Is there any further discussion? Seeing none, the motion before the body is the adoption of Senate Bill 235. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, no. The ayes have it, and the bill is adopted. Will the clerk please read the title to Senate Bill 251?
Senate Bill 251 by Senators Winter, Moreno, and Representative Gray and Caraveo concerning a loan from the General Fund to the Division of Family and Medical Leave Insurance for the purpose of implementing the state's paid family and medical leave program.
Senator Winter.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I move for the passage of Senate Bill 251 and the Appropriations Committee report.
To the report.
The report simply made the appropriations.
Is there any discussion? Seeing none, the motion before the body is the adoption of the Appropriations Committee report. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, no. The ayes have it, and the report is adopted. Is there any further discussion on the bill? Senator Winter.
Thank you, Madam Chair. This simply helps us implement the will of the voters of passing ballot initiative 118.
Seeing no further discussion, the motion before the body is the adoption of Senate Bill 251. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, no. The ayes have it, and the bill is adopted. Will the clerk please read the title to Senate Bill 255?
Senate Bill 255 by Senator Winter and Representative Herod and Tatone concerning providing menstrual hygiene products at no expense to students.
Senator Winter.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I move for the passage of Senate Bill 255 and the Appropriations Committee report.
There's another report as well.
Oh, and the Education Committee report.
To the Education Committee report.
Thank you, Madam Chair. We added in the School for the Deaf and Blind and Education Committee, and I encourage a yes vote.
Is there any discussion on the Education Committee report? Seeing none, the motion before the body is the adoption of the report. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, no. The ayes have it, and the report is adopted. To the Appropriations report.
We made the appropriation, and I encourage a yes vote.
Is there any discussion? Seeing none, the motion is the adoption of the Appropriations Committee report. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, no. The ayes have it, and the report is adopted. To the bill, Senator Winter.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I encourage a yes vote. 1 out of 4 girls in middle school and high school have missed a day of school because of period poverty. This is a real problem, and this will help those girls access education, and I encourage a yes vote.
Is there any further discussion? Seeing none, the motion before the body is the adoption of Senate Bill 255. All those in favor say aye. Those opposed, no. The ayes have it, and the bill is adopted. Will the clerk please read the title to Senate Bill 257?
Senate Bill 257 by Senators Zenzinger and Scott and Representatives Benavides and Van Winkle concerning an exemption from motor vehicle registration requirements for certain special mobile machinery.
Senator Scott.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I move Senate Bill 257 and ask for an aye vote. It's a great bill. It's taking the foot of government off of small business and reducing a fee. and that's a good thing for all of us.
Is there any further discussion? Seeing none, the motion before the body is the adoption of Senate Bill 257. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. The ayes have it, and the bill is adopted. Will the clerk please read the title to House Bill 1028?
House Bill 1028 by Representatives Byrd and Ritz and Senator Story and Woodward concerning the preparation by Division of Housing within the Department of Local Affairs of the annual public report that provides information on money administered by the state to promote the provision of affordable housing and in connection with making an appropriation.
Senator Story.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I move House Bill 1028, and I move to reject the Appropriations Committee report.
The motion on House Bill 28 is to reject the Appropriations Committee report. All those in favor of rejecting the report say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, no. I apologize. I have to ask for discussion first. Senator Woodward. No discussion. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Senator Gardner.
Thank you, Madam Chair. It's Friday, and I thought people wanted to go home. But instead, we're going to discuss at length whether the Department of Local Affairs needs 0.3 FTE to do their job. The Appropriations Committee report basically said that the department has to do this task within the appropriation. And your Appropriations Committee, on a 5-2 vote, as I recall, said the department needs to do it within the appropriation. Now, we have these discussions periodically here, both in appropriations and here. And the discussion is always, how is it that departments, no matter what we do, they say, oh, I need 0.5, I need 1.5, I need 0.1. I don't know whether they get an arm or what they get for 0.1. But the Appropriations Committee, in its wisdom, not unanimously, but in its wisdom, voted that the department needed to do this within their appropriation. And the idea that this would be rejected is offensive to me, not in the, not in the personal sense, but just in the policy sense. I think, for one thing, Madam Chair, people don't really understand what this bill does and how limited the Department of Local Affairs activity is going to be. And I don't know of any way to ensure that people understand what this bill does than to read the bill. And I don't think most of you have read the bill or know what's in the bill. And I want to spare you the agony of having to read it to yourselves. So, Madam Chair, I request that this bill be read at length.
Will the clerk please read House Bill 1028 at length?
House Bill 1028 by Representatives Byrd and Ritz and Senator Story and Woodward concerning the preparation by the Division of Housing within the Department of Local Affairs of an annual public report that provides information on money administered by the state to promote the provision of affordable housing and the connection with making an appropriation. Bill summary. Note the summary not later than October 1st, 2021 and not later than October 1st of each year Thereafter, the bill requires the Division of Housing Division of the Department of Local Affairs to prepare a public, just start here? Yeah. Okay, my fault. Being enacted by the General Assembly of the State of Colorado, Section 1 in Colorado Revised Statutes, add 2432-705.5 as follows. Annual public report on funding of affordable housing preservation and production definition. 1, commencing in 2021 every year thereafter as part of the department's presentation to its joint committees at reference of a hearing held pursuant to Section 2-7-203-2A of the State Measurement for Accountable, Responsive, and Transparent Government Act, SMART. In accordance with this section, the division shall prepare a public report that specifies the public amount of money that A, the division of the board was appropriated, awarded, allocated, or transferred from any federal, state, or other public or any private source during the prior fiscal year that may be used for the preservation or production of emergency affordable housing, and B, the division of the board has awarded from any federal, state, other public, or any private source during the prior fiscal year in the form of a grant, contract, or loan to promote the preservation and production of emergency affordable housing. See, the division expanded during the prior fiscal year of administrative costs associated with each funding source identified in Section 1A of the section, and the number of full-time employees supported by the funding source identified. 2, with respect to any funding award made by the division or board to promote the preservation or production of emergency of affordable housing in the form of a grant or loan, the report must identify A, the applicant for the award, B, the name of the project being funded by the award, C, the source of the award funding for the project, D, amount of award funding that was requested for the project identified at the time the final application was submitted, E, the amount of funding awarded through the grant or loan, F, the total cost of the entire project being funded by the award, G, municipality and county in which the project being funded by the award is located, H, type of housing solution being funded by the award, such as a homeowner ownership, emergency, or affordable housing. I, purpose of the award, such as a new construction of housing, preservation of existing housing, down payment assistance, land acquisition or repairs of owner-occupied housing, and I, J, number of housing units that built, required, rehabilitated, or preserved by the award. 3, each report must also provide a summary describing the source and amount of all funding appropriated, to be appropriated, transferred, otherwise made available to the division of housing that may be used for preservation and production of emergency of affordable housing. 4, the division shall post the most recent version of the annual public report as acquired under subsection 1 of this section in a prominent place on the division's website. In addition, on an annual basis, the division shall deliver a copy of the most recent version of the report to the report, as well as to the joint committee of reference for the purposes of hearing held pursuant to Section 27203-2A of the State Measurement of Accountable, Responsible, and Transparent Smart Government Act. 5, notwithstanding Section 24.1.136.11A1, the requirement to submit the report required by subsection 1 of this section continues indefinitely. 6, as used in this section, affordable housing means any current or prospective structure that has been identified from that may be benefit from the award or above placement or loan by the division. For purpose of this section, affordable housing includes permanent residences such as rental or for sale housing inhabited by low, moderate, middle-income households, as well as temporary emergency housing such as transitional housing and suitors and shelters and households that will benefit from down payment assistance. Section 2 in Colorado Revised Statutes 2432-705, add 1V as follows. 2432-705, function of division. 1, the division law has the following functions. V, to prepare an annual public report of funding or affordable housing preservation and production in accordance with sections 2432-755 and to satisfy other requirements in section 2432-755 pertaining to the preparation of dissemination of the report. In its preparation to the Joint Committee of Reference pursuant to Sections 27203, the Department shall summarize the information contained in the report concerning affordable housing funded and administered by the Department since the Department's prior presentation. Section 3 in Colorado Revised Statutes 2432-721 amend 3B as follows. 2432-721, Colorado Affordable Housing Construction Grants and Loans Housing Development Grant Fund Creation Housing Assistance for Persons with Behavioral, Mental Health, or Substance Use Disorders Cash Fund Appropriation Report to General Assembly Rules Definition Repeal 3B. Notwithstanding any other provision of this section, the division in its discretion may transfer 20% of the balance of the money in the fund into the Housing Investment Trust Fund established in Section 2432-717-1A, which balance is calculated as of July 1st of the state fiscal year in which the money is transferred. For any given state fiscal year, no more than 3% of the money appropriated or transferred to the fund may expend administrative costs of the division administrative fund. Senate for appropriation 1. For the 21-22 state fiscal year, $18,704 is appropriated to the Department of Local Affairs for use by the Department of Housing. The appropriated state from the general fund. To implement this act, the division may use appropriation as follows. A, $17,804 for personal services, which amount is based on the assumption that the division will require an additional 0.3 FTE, and B, $900 for operating expenses. Section 5, act subject to petition effective date. This act takes effect at 12:01 a.m. on the day following the expiration of the 90-day period after final adjournment of the General Assembly, except that if a referendum petition is filed pursuant to Section 1.3 of Article 5 of the State Constitution against the law act of item, section, or part of the act within such period, then the act, section, or part will not take effect unless approved by the people of the general election to be held in November 2022, and in such case will take effect on the day of the official declaration of the vote therein by the governor. Notice the title change. That's it.
The motion before the body is to reject the committee report. All those in favor say aye. Senator Kirkmeyer.
I had my hand up.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Members, having been in the local government committee when this bill came up, I just want to point out to you that this bill was the third bill that day that we had heard from with regard to the Department of Local Affairs. The first two bills had FTE appropriated, about four FTE appropriated to each bill. I asked several questions of the liaison that was there for the Department of Local Affairs about why the need on what were supposed to be one-time stimulus funds. Why did the Department of Local Affairs need FTE, 4 FTE on those other bills? Didn't really get a very good answer other than they just needed them. And I'm sure it was more than that, but that's essentially how I interpret it. When we got to this bill, 1028, unfortunately, the liaison for the Department of Local Affairs decided to leave the room. So I didn't get to ask him any questions with regard to why does the Department of Local Affairs need at first 0.8 and then eventually 0.3 FTE to essentially do what the Department of Local Affairs is supposed to be doing in the first place, in the Division of Housing. For those of you who aren't aware, I was the executive director of the Department of Local Affairs. So I have pretty good firsthand knowledge of what they can do and what they're supposed to be doing, and why there is not a need for 0.3 FTE that the Appropriations Committee voted to take out. I don't understand why we're necessarily here either. But let me just explain to you why I don't believe, as former executive director of the Department of Local Affairs, why the Division of Housing needs an additional 0.3 FTE on top of all the other additional FTE they've been getting this year, some most recently, why they need an additional 0.3 FTE to do their job. So first of all, let me just start on page 2 of the bill. And it talks about that the division or the board, so that would be the State Board of Housing, if they're appropriated, awarded, allocated, or transferred any federal, state, or public or private source during the prior fiscal year that may be used for the preservation or production of emergency or affordable housing, that they need to prepare a public report. And the division or board has to, any award that they received in the preservation or production of emergency or affordable housing, that they're supposed to prepare a public report. And also, any money that the division expended during the prior fiscal year on administrative costs associated with each of the funding sources identified above, so that's the federal, state, or other public or any private source during this prior fiscal year, because you understand the Division of Housing gets to receive grants and funds and donations from other folks, other organizations. So any of that they're supposed to produce a report on the administrative costs associated with each of those fundings and the number of full-time employees supported by the funding source identified. All of this reporting that's required can be found in the system already. The budget officer has to have this information within the Department of Local Affairs. The controller for the department has to have all this information. In fact, they do have all this information all on the internet, all on computer. They have it already. The next part that they're supposed to be doing is with respect to any of those funding awards, that the report that they're supposed to be putting together must identify the applicant for the award, the name of the project being funded by the award, the source of the award, funding for the project.
and the amount of award funding that was requested for the project identified at the time the final application was submitted. All of this is already generated electronically. All this has to be filled out in the application, which again is done online. It's already there. They're also supposed to talk about the amount of funding awarded through the grant or the loan. Again, not only would this all be through the award letter and the award process to the applicant, so all done again electronically, the department controller would also have copies of all this electronically. The recipients have it electronically. Total cost of the entire project being funded by the award, again, it's all electronic. It's all in their system already. They already compile and put together these reports for when they come down here to lobby us on things. They already should be putting forth most of this information within that SMART, the State Measurement for Accountable, Responsive, and Transparent Government Act report that they're supposed to give to the Committee of Reference. In fact, we got a lot of this as the Committee of Reference. We got a lot of this information already. They're supposed to identify the municipality and county in which the project being funded by the award is located. Again, it's all done. It's all done. It's all electronic. Even when they're supposed to be putting in the report about the type of housing solution being funded by the award, such as home ownership, rental, emergency, or affordable housing. All of this is already electronic. Not only is most of this information done within the application that you can do online, not only is most of this done within when they send it off to the county or the municipality when they're getting the award, the Division of Housing is also responsible to monitor all of these awards. And this monitoring process is also done electronically. They put the reports in electronically. And when the county and the municipality or anyone receiving any of these grant awards for preservation or production of emergency or affordable housing, in the financial reporting that the county or municipality has to give back to the state, it's all done electronically. So my point was in committee, and my point here today is, they don't need an additional 0.3 FTE to do this. So ask for a no vote on the motion. Thank you.
The motion before the body is to reject the committee report. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, no. No. The noes have it, and the motion fails. Senator Story.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I move to adopt the appropriations report.
The motion is to adopt the Appropriations Committee report. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, no. The ayes have it, and the Appropriations Committee report is adopted. Senator Story.
I move House Bill 1028 on second reading and urge an aye vote.
Is there any further discussion? Seeing none, the motion before the body is the adoption of House Bill 1028. All those in favor say aye. Those opposed, no. The ayes have it, and the bill is adopted. Majority Leader Fenberg.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I move the committee rise and report.
The motion before the body is to rise and report. All those in favor say aye. Those opposed, no. The ayes have it, and the committee will rise and report.
The Senate will come to order. Senator Zenzinger.
Thank you, Madam President. The committee has met and had a number of bills under consideration. Will the clerk please read the report?
Madam President, your committee of the whole begs leave to report has had in consideration the following task bills being the second reading thereof and makes the following recommendations thereon. Senate Bill 235 as amended, 251 as amended, 255 as amended, 257 passed on third reading, order engrossed and placed in the calendar for third reading and final passage. House Bill 1024 as amended, 1064, 1141 as amended, 1181 as amended, 1201, 1242 as amended, 1028 as amended, passed on second reading, order revised and placed in the calendar for third reading and final passage.
Senator Zenzinger.
Thank you, Madam President. I move the adoption of the report.
The motion is the adoption of the Committee of the Whole report. Are there any no votes? With a vote of 34 ayes, 0 noes, 0 absent, and 1 excuse, the Committee of the Whole report is adopted. Senate Bill 235 as amended, Senate Bill 251 as amended, Senate Bill 255 as amended, Senate Bill 257 passed on second reading in order engrossed and placed on the calendar for third reading and final passage. House Bill 1224 as amended, 1064, 1141 as amended, 1181 as amended, 1201, 1242 as amended, 1028 as amended, passed on second reading in order revised and placed on the calendar for third reading and final passage. The following change in bill sponsorship will occur. Senator Priola will be added as the Senate co-prime sponsor with Senator Jaquez Lewis on Senate Bill 235. General order is second reading of bills. Majority Leader Finberg.
Thank you, Madam President. I move the general order second reading of bills calendar layover until Monday, May 24th.
The motion is to lay over the general order's second reading of bills until Monday. All those in favor say aye. Opposed, no. The ayes have it, and the general order's second reading of bills will lay over till Monday. Message from the House.
May 21st, Mr. President, the House will vote to concur in Senate amendments to House Bills 1015, 1035, 1011, 1122, 1211, 1272, 1142, 1006, 1180, and 1219, and as we pass the bill so amended. The House has adopted and returns herewith SJR 18.
Message from the Governor.
May 10th, to the Honorable Colorado Senate. Ladies and gentlemen, pursuant to powers conferred upon me by the Constitution and laws of the state of Colorado, I have the honor to designate, appoint, and submit to your consideration the following. Member of the State Board of the Great Outdoors Colorado Trust Fund for a term expiring April 15, 2025. Rick Palacio of Denver, Colorado, Democrat and resident, 1st Congressional District, appointed. Craig Allen Hughes of Edwards, Colorado, Democrat and resident, 3rd Congressional District and west of the Continental Divide, appointed. Brenna J. May of Lamar, Colorado, unaffiliated and resident, the 4th Congressional District and representing agricultural interests, appointed. Antonio Felipe Rosendo of Colorado Springs, Colorado, Democrat and resident, the 5th Congressional District, appointed. Patricia Glazer Imhoff of Greenwood Village, Colorado, Democrat and resident of the 6th Congressional District, appointed. Thomas Mitchell Lee of Greenwood Village, Colorado, Republican and resident of the 6th Congressional District, reappointed. Carrie Nicole Curtis of Golden, Colorado, Democrat and resident of the 7th Congressional District, appointed. Sincerely, Jared Polis, Governor.
Message from the Agriculture and Natural Resources. Introduction of bills. Will the clerk please read the title to House Bill 1283?
House Bill 1283 by Representatives Rickson, Hooten, and Senator Fields concerning measures to address consumer protection concerns regarding vehicle towing.
Business, Labor, and Technology. Announcements. Senator Gonzalez.
Thank you, Madam President. Colleagues, on the Senate State Veterans and Military Affairs Committee, I do want to let you all know, you may see that there was quite a long calendar for our Tuesday meeting. Given that, we are going to schedule a special Monday SVMA hearing upon adjournment, and we will hear a number of bills House Bill 1257, House Bill 1134, House Bill 1300, Senate Joint Resolution 24, and Senate Bill 183 will be heard on Monday upon adjournment. See you all then.
Senator Smallwood?
Thank you, Madam President. I request a moment of personal privilege.
Granted.
Colleagues, I have in my hand, this is not funny.
Senator, please proceed. I'll gavel. The more giggling, the more gaveling.
What? This may lead some of you to ask, Senator,
Senator?
why do you have 6, now 7 rubber bands in your hand when obviously we all know that rubber bands in this chamber belong in one place and one place only. That's on the Republican caucus rubber band ball.
No, Sonia,
Colleagues, you'll probably also note that the rubber band ball that is on my desk most days is not on my desk today. Furthermore, the rubber band ball was definitely on my desk earlier this morning. So this cannot be something that's blamed on staff or the moving of particular partitions and that. So this tomfoolery, this chicanery, this trickery that you're bringing forth.
Senator, we don't impugn motives at the mic.
Colleagues, I'm simply asking for the perpetrator to step forward now. At this point, I'm not angry. I'm confused, but I'm not angry. I simply want you to do what's right, not for me, colleagues, not for my caucus, not for my party, not for my constituents, but think of these 7 rubber bands. I'm going to be here until 12:06 p.m., eagerly awaiting the return of the Republican caucus rubber band ball. And it's and I understand you might be jealous of that secret core and might wanted to have taken the rubber band ball to discover what the secret core is that will lead to its inevitable victory. But for now, colleagues, thank you for your attention. I will be in the chair over on the corner, eagerly awaiting the return of the Republican caucus rubber band ball. Thank you, Madam President.
Senator Priola.
Thank you, Madam President. And to the good senator from Douglas County, you should not have spilled the trade secret on that rubber band ball. I'm sure the other caucus is now going to cut that part. But I would, reading the Madam President's body language, I think she is the prime suspect.
Wow. Accusations. Wow.
Yikes. Three rubber, yeah. Senator Gardner.
Thank you, Madam President. And at length, there is a procedural device to deal with this so that a proper investigation can be conducted, and that would be to move for a call of the Senate, requiring everyone to be in the chamber and the sergeants to lock the doors and to not lift the call until the culprit is exposed.
We could do a call of the rubber band ball and require the sergeants to lock the doors and go locate the rubber band ball.
I simply say, and I appreciate the moment of personal privilege to ask that we consider this procedural device so that we may get to the bottom of it. It would be a little like Murder on the Orient Express. there would be people coming forward, I think, saying, I didn't do it, but I'm glad it was done. I didn't do it, but there were plenty of people that had a motive to do it. So, thank you, Madam Chair. Madam President.
And I appreciate retroactively granting you your moment of personal privilege while proactively fining you for calling me chair. Announcements. Senator Hansen.
Madam President,
Woo!
Members of Senate Appropriations, we've got a busy week next week. Wanted to give everybody a heads up. We are going to meet at 8 o'clock on Monday, on Wednesday, and on Friday. Lots of additional bills to consider. We'll have 8 to 10 on Monday, 8 to 10 on Wednesday. We're entering the final laps here, everybody, so plenty of action coming up in Senate Appropriations. See everyone soon.
Minority Leader Holbert.
Thank you, Madam President. An announcement. It is almost 11:30 a.m., which means that just 8 short hours from now, the puck will drop in Game 3 from St. Louis, and the Colorado Avalanche will be in pursuit of their third win, 3 of 3. Please, members, if you are available at 7:30 p.m. this evening, turn your TVs, tune to the Altitude Network if you have that. And if you do not, and thank you to some guy named Marshall at some TV station in town for explaining that it isn't on CNBC tonight, but on the USA Network. 7:30 tonight. If you have an adult beverage in your hand, so much the better. That will be your choice. And go Avs. Thank you, Madam
Go
President.
Avs. The Stanley Cup's also a good thing to hold like a rubber band ball. Senator Zenzinger.
Thank you, Madam President. May I have a moment of personal privilege?
Granted.
And may I request the presence of our Majority Leader for this announcement? So I think you all know that we sent a very important question over to the Supreme Court through an interrogatory.
Does anyone remember that? No.
Unfortunately, we're going to have to amend that interrogatory to get to the bottom of what happened to the rubber band ball. So, we're going to be bringing forward a motion here in a moment to amend our interrogatory to the Supreme Court, requesting that they get to the bottom of this for this chamber. And we would ask for your aye vote on that. Thank you very much.
That feels like more appropriate work for a Saturday. And then take, yeah. Yep. Further announcements? Open mic night? Majority Leader Fenberg.
Thank you, Madam President. Couple of announcements. We will be doing the 1905 picture this coming Monday, May 24th. Before we gavel in, so please arrive on time on Monday, and then we will do the photo. Additionally, today is the professional clothing drive on the west side of the Capitol. In the Park and Circle, look for the ARC truck, and please bring your clothes that hopefully you brought down to the truck. Additionally, the Secretary of the Senate sent out an email regarding the need for possible office furniture or painting or drywall fixing and the like that you feel like needs to be done in your office. All requests should be emailed to her in the next 2 weeks so that they can complete all of that work by the end of the fiscal year. Do we have that bill yet? So recess? Last announcement before we recess, just for one bill that's going to get read across. We, in the last 2 weeks of session, there are certain rules that come into place. And then also in the last 3 days of session, certain rules come into place. Because we have been intending to complete our work by Memorial Day, that would mean that we are actually in our final 2 weeks right now. By the end of next week is what, by the end of Memorial Day weekend. So I just want to let folks know we will be not moving, but we will be potentially having some committee meetings meet more regularly to get the work done so that we can get bills off of our plate. That includes approps. That, as the chair of State Affairs mentioned, there will be a special State Affairs meeting on Monday. The alternative would be to just have very long committee meetings. I'm guessing people would rather kind of spread it out. So that's what the plan is for some of these committees. If you have questions, let me know. We will be putting the normal memo on everybody's desk to make sure everybody knows about it. But it's the normal memo. If we were to go to June 12th, it would not have been enacted just yet. But because we are intending not to use the full 120 days, it will be enacted earlier. So if you have any questions, it might be a little convoluted, but let me know. Happy to chat about it. Madam President, we do have one bill, I think, to read across that's on its way over. So for now, I move. For now, unless there's anything else, I move the Senate recess until 11:40 a.m.
Colleagues, it's been a pleasure and an honor presiding over this body for the last couple of days. You guys are all solidly okay people. You have heard the motion. We will stand in recess until 11:40. Seeing no objection, we're in recess.